What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and I hope you like this video. This is Love After Lockup, Season 3, Episode 57, child. Just a show that never ends. Like Lamb Chop. Remember that song, Lamb Chop? This is the song that never ends. This is the show that never ends. Anyway, we pick up, we have Dante, his mom, and his best friend talking to him. Now, Dante has got it in his mind that Nicole is sending him smoke messages, smoke signals, saying SOS, Morse code, tapping on the window, whatever, and that he needs to go to this wedding. He needs to crash this wedding, the wedding that he was not invited to, that nobody has asked you to be a part of, but you have decided that it is your duty to go to this wedding. Now, his mama and his best friend are both telling him, bruh, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. And, you know, Dante is like, well, nobody understands. Nobody understands. When Nicole's not with Tia, she's a different person. Sir, even with Nicole, before Tia was in the picture, Nicole's only concern was what you could do for her. She's clearly said a couple of weeks ago that the only reason why she's interested in having a poly relationship is for your money. She didn't say nothing about loving you. She didn't say nothing about having feelings for you. It was, I just want him to supply the money. Ma'am, sir, you seem like a really nice guy. And I understand where you are coming from. And we have all done it. We have all been fools for love. But baby, like your mama said, walk away like you never knew her. Okay? But anyway, his best friend tried to talk to him. He was like, look, you know, I've been married 3 times. And I said, wait a minute, sir. Wait a minute. You've been married 3 times? Wait a minute. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I guess you would know about, you know, bad relationships. I don't know. So anyway, that's them, child. So we have Brittany and we have Ray. Ray's mama is finally ready to meet. Brittany's mama is finally ready to meet Ray. So she picks out an outfit for him so that, you know, her mama will appreciate it. Her mama came through the door with her wig and her daddy. And I can't say I'm 100% mad at her mama for saying, listen, you know, my daughter has a lot going for her, and she is choosing to be with a man with a whole felony and a restitution of over $100,000 on his neck. I need to see who he is, and I need to understand some things. And so she asked him, where'd you grow up? And when he told her where he grew up, she was like, oh, so you came from the suburbs. Well, how did you become a criminal? She didn't quite say criminal, but basically that's what she meant. Listen, why do people keep acting like criminals don't come from the suburbs? We know that criminals come from all walks of life, all socioeconomic levels. Like, why are we going to sit here and act like criminals don't come from the suburbs? So he was like, listen, it was, you know, when my mom died, and I wish, and I mean, he may not want to do that, but I wish he had gone into more detail about his mom passing. Because it was a very traumatic, I mean, it's always bad to lose your mom, but it was, in his case, it was traumatic, you know. She was murdered, and that adds another level, another layer. He said he started hanging out with the wrong crowd. They was making fast money. The money was feeling good to him, and he wanted to keep making the money. He said we was robbing pharmacies. She said, so y'all were robbing pharmacies. He said it was more like burglary. Like we weren't going in the middle of the day with guns and stuff. We waited until they closed and we went in. Now, honestly, y'all, I had never gone through the trouble of Googling the difference between robbery and burglary. But now I know. Robbery is like when you go in the middle of the day, you put a gun in somebody's head, and you tell them, give me all the money out the register. A burglary is when you just wait until everybody's sleeping. You tiptoe your ass through the door. Through a window or something. Did not know. See how you learn things on this show? You are learning things on this show. So neither here nor there. Of course, the restitution situation came up again. And he had to explain again how Brittany is not on the hook for his restitution, and how he's got to keep up the restitution. If he starts missing payments and doesn't do what he's supposed to do, then he's going back to JALE. That's a joke. I keep listening. JAIL. I know how to say jail. That's the inside joke, and I need to stop doing that for y'all think I'm dumb. Anyway, and the mama said, listen, at the end of the day, she needed to consult a lawyer before they go into any type of marriage to make sure that nothing becomes, that his debt don't become her debt. Now listen. That ain't the wrong answer. That is not the wrong answer. I am here with mama on that one. Okay, I am 120% with her on that. Because at the end of the day, you know, the laws are different state to state, and her debt might become his debt. I don't know. I don't know how these things go. So that's actually a really, really good decision. Anyway, so then we have Puppy and Amber. So Puppy goes to visit. This is more Puppy because we don't really see a whole lot of Amber child. We see her on the FaceTime with that cigarette in her mouth. But Puppy went to go talk to her mama. Now her mama looked like she's doing good, and I'm happy to see that because we know Puppy's mom was really sick and she had cancer and she was going through chemo, and so she was up cleaning the yard, honey. She looked good, okay? And Puppy was talking to her. Now, first of all, Puppy, what I'm gonna need you to do is stop lying to yourself. That's what I need you to stop doing. Stop lying to yourself. Because Puppy said that she told her mom about the warrant out for her arrest, and she said they're saying that I didn't properly change my address. But it's not true. I mean, I stay with my boyfriend a lot, but I still live in my mama's house. I just spent a lot of time with my boyfriend. Ma'am, your mama said she ain't seen you in 3-4 weeks. That is not from time to time I stay at my boyfriend's house. That is I have moved in with my boyfriend. And she's talking to her mom and telling her mom about Amber. And her mother was like, well, so now that Amber done broke up with Sammy, so you think that she's like, well, I just think Amber deserves better. Her mother was like, better, like you mean you better? And she said, no, I have a whole boyfriend and I'm happy. I do not have time for Amber and her shenanigans, okay? That is not what I'm here for, and I'm not here for it. And her mama was like, okay, I hear you. I mean, that's cool, you know. So then she told her mom about the warrant. And mama was like, well, this is what I need you to do. I need you to go turn yourself in. And Amber, you know, Puppy was like, hell no, I can't go turn myself in. If I turn myself in, it's going to be a whole problem in the whole situation. Her mother was like, but listen, if you don't turn yourself in and they come and find you, you know you're going back to jail. Whereas now, if you turn yourself in and you say, hey, I do still live in my, like, you know your mama is going to vouch for you. Your mama going to say, yeah, she lived here. Go and face it head on. And Puppy said some real shit. Puppy said, listen, I'm a runner. When I feel like things are getting too hard and I feel like life is closing in on me, I exit stage left. And that is what I do. But her mother told her she needed to turn herself in. So then she called Amber. And Amber was like, what? Your mother said that? She said, well, I really wish you would allow me to call my parole officer and get her point of view. Like, she can give us some good advice. So Puppy must have a really good relationship with her PO. And, I mean, Amber must have a good relationship with her PO. And Puppy was just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I ain't trying to do all that. I mean, she wasn't real decisive. So then she went home and she talked to the boyfriend. And the boyfriend was like, listen, whatever you trying to do, that's what I'm going to do. If we going to stay here, then I got your back. And you going to turn yourself in, then I got your back. If you decide to run, I'm packing the bag. I got the first leg. What's up? He was like, I'm ride or die. That's what you're supposed to do. So then she's on the phone doing whatever it is that she was doing, child. I don't know what she was doing. He sends her a text saying, will you marry me? She was like, did you just text me from across the room? Will you marry me? He was like, yeah, because you weren't paying attention to me, so I was trying to get your attention. So she was like, are you serious? Do you really mean it? He was like, yeah. He even had a ring. Now, I don't know if that was a ring that he really like had anticipated to give to her, because it didn't look like a traditional engagement ring, which is fine. Everybody don't have to follow tradition. But I really feel like he pulled that ring off of one of his fingers and was like, here, girl. But she's happy, he's happy, and, you know, I guess they gonna get married, child. Listen, I'm just glad you didn't run your happy ass back to Amber. That's all. That's it, and that's all. Like, I don't know if this dude a good dude or not. I don't know nothing about this, bro. But I'm just glad you didn't run your happy ass down there. Okay. Sean and Sarah, listen. I cannot support bad decisions. You are literally sitting in your confessional telling us that this man is a liar and you don't trust him because he lies and you don't trust that he has told you all of the truth, but you gonna move in with him with your daughter. Ma'am, that was a bad decision to begin. Why would you move in with somebody that you are sitting here saying, yes, I don't trust them? That doesn't even make sense. You can still love somebody and you can still say, hey, I want to make this relationship work and we're going to date. But for you to sit here and, I'm sorry, but if you're going to sit here and you are going to make a decision like that and include your daughter, and then she's going to say, well, yeah, my mom's not happy about it. You think your mom's not happy about it? So in their confessional, and the producer asked them about children. Do y'all want more kids? Sean says, I mean, we just gonna have to take things as they go. You know, I mean, I already have 6 kids, so I don't really know if I need any more. And she has a total breakdown. She is pissed off. She is upset. She walks off. She tells production she needs a minute to get herself together. And let me just go on and spoil it for y'all. In real time, the girl is pregnant. And I feel like when they filmed this, she either thought she was pregnant or they found out that she was pregnant. And so she was like, that's how you going to answer the question? That's really what you're going to say right now. That's really how you going to answer this question. So later on, her and Sean are talking, and Sean says, well, I mean, I didn't want to say anything until, you know, we're sure. So I said, okay, this must be during that time period where, you know, they thought that they might be pregnant, but they weren't really sure yet. And it makes me wonder if production knew or suspected, because, I don't know, the question they asked. But she gets mad, and she is just like, I can't do this. I'm just going to go back home. Yada, 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 yada. But like I said, you clearly enjoy the dysfunction of y'all situation. Because ain't no way in hell I will bring my child. I mean, it's one thing if I'm going to be stupid. But ain't no way in the world I'm bringing my child to this dumbness. It's just stupid. Anyway, that's what it is with them, child. Of course, she ends up going back. He going to talk about something. He misunderstood the question. How do you misunderstand, do y'all want children? There's nothing to misunderstand in that question, Sean. You answered it the way you meant it. You mad as hell that her ass is pregnant for baby number 7. Shabba. Anyway. Last but not least, Lacey and Shane, listen. We have this whole long drawn out scene where Lacey is talking about how much she loves Shane and how, you know, going to therapy was so rough on them and they had to really think about these things and how did we get here, and we had to go through all the flashbacks of their relationship again. Listen, I wasn't even watching the show when they got together, but damn it, I know the whole story. I done seen all the flashbacks. I done seen all the scenes. And then, you know, they were like, you know, we really love each other and I love you, well, I love you. And we've got this child and we need to make it work and we need to blah, 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 blah. Well, can we just start fresh? Y'all, you can't start fresh. Y'all have 2 whole years of what y'all need to do is hammer out them issues, and y'all need to go back and figure out why Lacey ass keep running back to Shane's crazy, to John's crazy ass every time Shane pisses her off. And Shane, I'm still not clear on this whole online OnlyFans male situation. Now, I'm not saying I think the man is gay or nothing. I'm just saying I'm still not clear on what website you was on and what you was doing. Okay? But no, we don't need to start fresh. You know why we don't need to start fresh? Because the shit happened. We cannot erase our memories. We need to deal with it. We need to process it, and then we can move on. But to just say, "Oh, we're gonna start fresh," no, you ain't starting no fresh. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Then we flash forward to 48 hours. The next thing we see is somebody getting arrested. 48 hours later, we talking to Lacey. Lacey said she don't know where Shane is. She said that Shane confronted her about whether she was still talking to John, and she told Sean yes, and then Shane yes, and then she said, and then some legal things happened. So I'm assuming that clip we saw of Shane getting arrested and the police there, she must have called the police. Maybe they got into a physical altercation. I don't know. Now, I do know he's dealing with some sort of charges with animal cruelty or something. So I don't know, maybe he kicked the dog while they were fighting or something. I don't know. And I'm not saying that to be funny or flippant. I don't know. I didn't read the article to get the details. But what I do know is he does have some animal cruelty charges. Not DV charges, but animal cruelty charges, right? So then she said, after all that happened, she was so upset. She was so distraught that she called John and they had sex. Listen, all 3 of them just need to go ahead and move in together and just have a whole poly sister husband situation. Because I just feel like she's never going to leave either one of them alone long enough. She's going to keep going back and forth and playing that game. Y'all just moving to one big house. And Lacey, you just take turns on who you going to be with. That's all I got. Anyway, they'll be back in 2 weeks, child. They taking Thanksgiving off. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.